Not wearing a mask linked to antisocial traits, study finds.
Here's a summary of the article.
When profiles were analyzed, 2 were identified: an antisocial pattern profile who were resistant to COVID-19 safety measures and an empathy pattern profile who were compliant. The antisocial profile was linked to higher scores in the personality questions related to callousness, deceitfulness, hostility, impulsivity, irresponsibility, manipulativeness, and risk-taking, antisocial traits which, the study notes, are typically present in people diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder. The empathy pattern profile showed higher scores in affective resonance and lower scores in the traits associated with ASPD. The team who conducted the study said they hoped the findings would help to persuade health officials to do more to educate people and influence their policies. While worldwide protests have taken place surrounding mask wearing, their effectiveness continues to be proven in a growing number of studies. An international report published in The Lancet, which analyzed data from 172 studies in 16 countries, found that by wearing a face mask there is just a 3% chance of catching COVID-19. Several groups are exempt from the new rules, such as children under the age of 11, people with certain physical and mental impairments, and in situations where wearing a mask may result in severe distress. You can find out who is exempt from wearing face coverings here.
This post received a score of 22,000, with an upvote ratio of 86%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
So many people in this thread don't know the difference between asocial, antisocial, anxious and introverted. These words are not interchangeable.
The psychological term antisocial equals the lay term tendency for criminality. It means people who break rules just because they have a problem with authority, or they think laws don't apply to them, or they lack guilt sociopathy, or they are sublimating their desire to hurt people, i.e., psychopathy, through passive-aggressive methods like spreading disease. Antisocial describes the tendency for unlawful behavior, not the reasons for it.
I wonder if being a psychopath is one of the medical conditions for which people are excused for not wearing a mask. Because nobody seems to be checking.
The people that aren't checking aren't the ones that are charged with maintaining public health or lawfulness. That's the job of health officials and law enforcement. The people being blamed for not checking are just employees at companies that probably don't pay them well enough already. Add to that the stressor of being made to enforce public good instructions, and it'll be a wonder if any stores remain open.
I don't blame retail employees at all for not enforcing this. Maybe if they had backing from the store owners and society as a whole, but as is, if something goes wrong you're on your own and no one is going to help these folks out. An employee who simply asked a couple girls near my house at a retail store to wear a mask just got stabbed like 30 times. If I was making $8 per hour somewhere, I sure as fuck wouldn't be putting my life on the line knowing I'm literally on my own should it turn violent, and I'm likely Twitter mobbed afterwards losing my job.
I work grocery retail and we had a store meeting telling us that confronting customers unwilling to wear masks was not worth our safety. That was a legit thing we did that seemed and still seems completely bizarre to me. To think that someone would be so vehemently against something as simple as wearing a mask for 15 to 20 minutes was so bad that they would become belligerent over it is absurd.
The police should be at the entrance to Walmarts, not driving through black neighborhoods for the 10,000th time.
Simply obvious. What have we become?
Let's get one thing straight. There is a difference between antisocial and asocial. People often use the terms interchangeably. Asocial people self-isolate from society and do not engage. Antisocial people are against society and will steal your car stereo.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.